So we'll discuss the automation in generator and distribution system on board ship. So this topic is for week 9 for the subject automation 1. So in here the table of competence, just read all of this, so that you can continue. So let's get started. So now we have the functions and mechanisms of automatic control for auxiliary machinery. So we have generator and distribution system, as well as we discuss also the steam boiler. So we'll discuss the following functions used for generator and distribution system automatic control, including operation control mechanisms, automatic starting and stopping prime mover, automatic synchronizing, automatic load sharing, and for the boiler, we will discuss or we will describe the following functions used for steam boiler automatic control, including operation control mechanisms. So we'll discuss the automatic combustion control ACC, including steam, pressure control, fuel oil flow control, and air flow control. We will discuss also the automatic feed water control and automatic steam temperature control. So all of these are comprising with our discussion for this week, for this topic. So let us continue. So in your topic, which is here, uh, discuss the following functions used for generator and distribution system automatic control. So including operation control mechanism. So let's start with the automatic starting and stopping prime mover. So next, we will discuss also the automatic synchronizing and automatic load sharing. So by doing that, we will run or we will operate engine room simulator, the Kongsberg engine room simulator. So first we have to check here what is or what are the machinery running in your process overview. So the only running here power supply is taken from the DG1 or generator 1. So we will start generator 2 or DG2 in order to see the automatic starting and stopping prime mover and the automatic synchronizing and uh, what we call the automatic load sharing. So we'll start Digito now. So before we start Digito, we will transfer the seawater system and the freshwater system into main pump, because when the Digito is synchronizing, uh, this is probably the auxiliary one is probably automatic switching off. So seawater auxiliary seawater number one, seawater pump number one, and auxiliary freshwater pump, uh, high temperature freshwater auxiliary pump number one, as well as the uh, auxiliary pump of low temperature freshwater pump. So we will transfer this one into main pump. So let's start with seawater. So I will start this one. So I will check first on the now starting just the delay. So I will start again. Then put it into remote number one and stop the seawater auxiliary pump. Next, the fresh water. So here we will start the main pump and we will put it into remote. So the high temperature water pump. So here also in the low temperature water pump. So we'll start the number one. So sometimes it is delay. So we'll try number two. It's not yet started. So I will check there in the circuit breaker. So I proceed to the circuit breaker. Process directory here in the breakers. So they are in. So they are. So in the feeders. So or are switch on. The freshwater generator, main engine, emergency switchboard. So they are on. So why it's not working? So I will check again. Now it's switch on. Just delay. So switch to remote and stop the freshwater low temperature freshwater pump, auxiliary pump. So now we already transfer to the main pump. It started again. So I will stop this auxiliary pump. So we will proceed to the starting of the DG1. Process overview in DG1. So since this is ready, there's already air, oil, cooling water is ready. So I'll put the preheater into uh, automatic, and we will put also the low oil uh, digital low oil primary pump into auto. Then we will start the digital. Pressure is normal. So start the digital. Now we will start the digital because we are going to synchronize the generator one and two, DG1 and 2. So let us wait until the parameters are normal. So you have the alarm. So just click silence. So this is normal because we just started. And then acknowledge the alarm. Silence. So we'll press back. So there's an alarm. So click silence. So sometimes my computer is uh, responding delay. So a lot of application is open. So now we will put it into remote. So I will check if the uh, so it's not yet ready. So something is lacking. But anyway, I will uh, change over first. So I already put in auto here, and I will put in uh, I check the voltage controller. So it's not responding yet. So let us wait. I'll check the feeders. So all are connected. Starters all are in. I'll try again the voltage controller. So now it's working, the excitation voltage. So before I synchronize, so later on we will see the automatic synchronizing. So I will just explain later on. So I will now synchronize. I will just first change over the fuel oil into fuel oil. So you have already your fuel oil system is ready. So you have 8 bar pressure and 116 uh, fuel oil temperature. So you just open this supply to the generator engine. So open that one and click 075. So in here, if you change over, you have to close this one to avoid blackout. So we will see now because every time I change over, I forgot this. So it uh, cause blackout. So I will close this one. So it's So the bypass valve. So it's not responding yet. So we will because a lot of application I open, so it is delayed. So close. So I just wait until it will close. Because if you just change over here without closing this bypass, it can cause blackout. So again, it'll close. Now it's closing. So I will change over this one. So I'll change over to ULOL. So the response is delayed. So just wait. I'll change over again. So it's not yet changed over. So not yet changing over. So I will now is so there is an alarm. So why there is no pressure? So I will change over again. Why there is no pressure? So I so I will switch on the uh, excite, excitation voltage. So the voltage is now uh, running. So I will uh, first synchronize first the generator. So before I change over to fuel oil. So I will synchronize. It's not yet. So I will proceed to panel directory. Where power chip generator control, power directory, synchronizing. So I will put this one into so the semi automatic synchronizing. I will put into Digito. So I can put also here on Digito the synchroscope. Now the synchroscope is running. So I can synchronize here as well as here. Uh, DG1 switchboard and Digito switchboard. But I would like to synchronize here the electric power plant. So I will put here some, I will add the frequency. It's not responding yet. Here I will add frequency. It's not responding yet. So now it's responding. No, it's delay responding. So I will reduce again. So now I'll reduce again. So the voltage here in the incoming generator, as per correct procedure, must be higher than the generator already running. So as you can see, it's not yet ready. So I will reduce little bit this frequency. It's too much frequency of digital. It's not responding. So I just wait because a lot of application I open in my computer, so it's not it's lagging. Again. So long time waiting. Yes, again. This is it's long time waiting. And now it's ready, so I can synchronize, I can connect. So breaker is connected. You see here also the synchronizing. So breaker is connected. So I can switch off also here uh, synchronizing. I switch off this one and I switch off this one. So again, it's long time responding. So anyways, it will respond later, but this one I switch off. So as you can see here, breaker is already connected. So we are now in parallel. Generator now is in parallel. So I will check here generator. So I will uh, check also the digito. So this is running in uh, uh, diesel oil. One also running in diesel oil. So I want to synchronize that one to put in parallel. So here So here's your water system. It's good. It's water system. Now it's normal. So I can proceed to what we call to change over. So I will first change over. I will check the load. So it's both ready. So ready to set auto. But first I have to uh, change over to fuel oil. So here I will change over the DG1. I hope there is no blackout. So here, so I have to open. There is already pressure, and so I check the uh, power check pump control. So this should be in automatic. Set in auto. Long time responding. Set in auto. So it's not working now. It's lagging. So just wait until we switch the pumps in automatic. So now it's changing in auto. This pump also. This pump, supply pump, in engine low oil pump. So a lot of load. Later on the blower. So emergency air compressor. Start compressor. So master one. So now all in auto except main engine auxiliary blower. So I will change over now. So first I have to check to be sure here. So I have to open this valve, supply to, so it's a supply to, it's a supply valve to DG1 on top. So open. So now the supply valve is open. So I will proceed to DG1 change over. So now it's open. So I will change over the DG1. So first I will close this valve, the bypass valve, bypass separating valve. So I will close this one. Now it's closed. Then I will change over. So now there's pressure. So the temperature here in your fuel oil is increasing. So we will wait until it arrives into 120 or between 100 to 120. But normally it is on board the ship. Uh, it depends on the quality of fuel, the result of the fuel oil analysis. But 120 is normal, the fuel oil temperature. So now it arrives 80. So we will wait. So later on we can see the automatic starting, stopping of prime mover, automatic synchronizing, and automatic load sharing. So we'll see later on. We just stabilize our uh, what we call our generator. So now in 99. So I will also change over the number 2. So I will proceed to number 2. So I will close the bypass here, bypass valve of number 2. So I will close this one. So I will wait. Now it's a long time responding. So I will wait. So now the bypass valve is closed. So I will change over to fuel oil. So now there is already a pressure. So I will wait. The temperature will go up. Will increase. So it's long time responding. GG1, 112. So now is already 107, the digit of the fuel oil temperature. Uh, so I will proceed to the sharing of load. So now there is already a sharing of load here, but we will. So this is in. I will put in the automatic. This one, DG1. So I will wait. It's long time responding. So I will wait. So now is changing to automatic. So as you can see, we sit in equal load sharing. So as you can see here, uh, it is automatically uh, equalized. So before it was around 500 here, and here is the load is only around 100 kilowatt. So now it's automatically in load sharing. So we will set the priority here. So priority 1 and priority 2. So in this condition, uh, if we transfer the load in here, let's say we will our load we will increase or we will reduce. So it we will reduce the load. This one, because we put in priority to, will decrease to 0, and this one will decrease to will increase to will go up the load. This one will uh, what we call the become to 0, and the breaker will disconnect. So we will try to uh, we will try to reduce the load here. So we'll reduce the load. So what is running now? So let's say I will the air ventilation system, the compressor starting air system. I will. So now it's not running. So anyways, here because the so I will reduce the load of here, the digito. So we will see what will happen. So I will go to the digito. So I will reduce it into 0. So I will reduce the load. So it's not working now. I will I wait. So I will not put in automatic. Now is the command uh, is going down. So I will reduce now the load. So first I will not put in automatic so that you can see. So I will not put in automatic. So I will not put in automatic. I will not put in priority. So now the digito is now I switch off the automatic and prior to. So we will put the load in here in number 1. So now I will open number 2. So I will reduce the load to 0. So here, so as you can see now, the load of digito is in 0. So if we put this one in automatic and prior to, uh, since we put in the equal load sharing, this one will automatically uh, go up the load of digito and automatically decrease the load of digi1, and you will have a load sharing. So that is automatic load sharing. So let's say you reduce the load, you stop some machinery here. So I will not do that, but I will tell you that how it is done. So you stop some machinery here to reduce the load. So the load will concentrate in here in the number 1 because we put in priority 1 on automatic. But now I'll show you I will put this one in automatic, the number 2. So I will put in automatic and priority 2. So we will wait because this is long time responding. So we'll wait. So now already in auto and priority 2. So as you can see, the load is uh, already equal. The load sharing is automatically uh, equal load sharing. So if we put also this one in priority 1, the number 2, and we will put the number 1 to priority 2, so priority 1 and priority 2. So now the digit 2 is priority 1 and digit 1 is priority 2. So in my experience, when I was on board automated ship, so here, if we reduce the load and the load can take without any problem here, the digito, the DG1 will be, the breaker will disconnect and the generator will uh, stop automatically. And if there is an increase of load because you set in automatic both generator, if there is an increase of load here and this digito cannot uh, what we call the uh, there is a lot of load already, the DG1 will automatically start. So I only tell you uh, because I experienced this one before, will automatically start and automatically connect the breaker, and they will have equal load sharing. So the same, if we put also this one number 1 in priority 1 and put the number 2 in priority 2, so the load, let's say the load is low, so it concentrates the load in here, and DG1 and DG2 will stop. So if we put here the priority 1 and this is priority 2, the DG2. So that is automatic. That is automatic. So that is how your automatic starting and stopping of the prime mover, which is your generator here. This is your prime mover engine, your engine. So and they will uh, have a load sharing automatically. So I will repeat. So now I will put again the priority 1 to number 1 and number 2, the digito. So now I change over the priority. So number 1, the DG1, it is priority 1 and the DG2 is priority 2. So if I reduce the load here, so I stop some auxiliary here, which is not necessary. So the load here in the DG1 will concentrate here. So this one will transfer there, transfer in DG1. So I will try here to stop some load. Try. So I will try So service air is running. Air ventilation system. So air ventilation system. So here is normal, but I will try to uh, stop the blower here, purifier room. To reduce the load. So now it's stop. So the engine room pressure is changed. So I will check here if the I stop accommodation fan. So I'll check here if the so I still have equal load sharing. So I will stop another machine. So low oil purifier. So I will stop this low oil purifier. So I will see. So I try to stop air condition. The load will reduce. So still not transferring the load here. I'll start again air condition. So anyways, I explain. I will repeat the explanation with here. So if you reduce the load, uh, let's say you stop some machinery here, what will happen here? The DG1, since you switch this one into priority one and automatic, and the DG2 you switch in automatic and priority 2. So what will happen here, if you reduce some load in here, uh, number 1 will take the load from DG2 and the DG2 will uh, reduce to 0 and will disconnect the breaker automatically. And it will automatically stop your what we call your digito. And uh, then your Digi1 will take the load. And if you increase again the load, let's say you start here another machine and will create additional load, then your uh, digito will be automatically starting and will be automatically engage the breaker because this is set in auto and priority to. And they will have automatically load sharing. Load sharing. So we already discussed the automatic starting and stopping. So if you reduce again the load, your Digi1 will take all the load from Digito and the Digito will decrease to 0 and will uh, stop the engine automatically, the prime mover, and will disengage automatically the circuit breaker. And when you start another load, you additional you put another load, additional machinery, then your Digito will start automatically and will engage the breaker automatically, and the Digito will take the load, and Digi1 will reduce the load, and they have equal load sharing as you can see here. So that will happen. So the same also with if you put this Digito in priority 1 and if you put the Digi1 in priority 2, the same condition also. So the Digi1, for example, you reduce the load in here, some machinery you stop, then the Digito will, since if you put this one in priority 1 and if you put this Digi1 in priority 2, so the number 2 will take all the load if uh, the setting here, the system, let's say here, the load normally on board the ship, we have the load below 400. It depends on the ship. If the ship is new, so can take the load more than 500 or less than 600. So here in this condition, if you start again another machinery and there is an additional load, so your let's say this number 2 is priority 1 and number 1 is priority 2. So the DG1 will automatically start and automatically connect the breaker, and the number 1 will take the load, and some of the load of the number 2 will transfer to the number 1 and they have the load sharing. So that is the automatic starting and automatic stopping of the prime mover, as well as the automatic synchronizing and uh, automatic load sharing. So that one. So that is the explanation of the generator and distribution system automatic control. So let us proceed with the steam boiler. So it says here in your topic, describe the following functions used for steam boiler automatic control. automatic control including operation control mechanisms. So we have to discuss automatic combustion control ACC including steam, pressure control, fuel oil flow control, and air flow control. Next, automatic feed water control, automatic system temperature control. So now, as you can see here, your boiler is running. So running, your burner management is on, and you have low setting. So we will discuss how these control mechanisms work, including how it operates, the automatic control. So this is boiler, steam boiler. So now we will transfer to steam. So in here, you have 15 bar steam pressure. So I simulate to reduce this steam pressure. So I will open heating so that this one will uh, reduce the pressure. So I will open FO heating. So fuel oil transfer system. So these are all already open. So that's normal. So anyway, to simulate, I have to uh, drain some steam. So now this situation here of your boiler combustion is working in automatic mode. So I want to drain the steam. I want to drain the steam. What is happening in this uh, boiler combustion? So it says here uh, the pressure control, the uh, fuel oil flow control, and air flow control. So what is happening? So I will drain some steam. Drain steam. So now, just remember your boiler combustion firing in a low flame, firing only one burner, which is number 2 burner. So we'll see what happened now. So steam generation. So I will drain some steam. Here I drain some steam. So it's it takes a lot of time to respond. So I already open. It's not yet opening. So we will wait. So now it's opening. So I want to reduce the steam pressure into 7 bar. So we will wait. So I will check if the boiler combustion is still okay. So I want to drain the steam out to 7 bar. So it's not lowering because your boiler is firing. So I will try to shut down. So now it's lowering the pressure. So I want to lower this one up to 7 bar. So normally our boiler on board is low pressure boiler. So we have only 7 to 8 bar steam pressure, working steam pressure. So now it's lowering the pressure gradually. This one. So I will simulate here the automatic combustion control ACC including steam. We will simulate also the pressure control, the fuel oil flow, and the fuel oil flow control and the air flow control. We will also simulate the automatic feed water control and the automatic steam temperature control. So just wait this pressure until uh, reaching to 7 bar. So as you can see, your level of your feed water is also lowering. So when that feed water is lowering, so in here, this type of feed water pump is controlled by your uh, soap starter system. Uh, the PLC will control the what we call the frequency of the motor. But usually, when I was on board the ship, I only experienced one time because the superintendent installed uh, soft starter control system. So when the cooling water is hot, the frequency of the motor will the rotation of the motor will turn fast frequency. When the water is cold, the frequency of the motor uh, becomes slow. So this is the example here. So you cannot see here the pump will stop when the level is normal. As you can see now, level is normal. So you cannot see. but rather the frequency of this, because this is uh, switch in auto mode, automatic mode, the frequency of the motor here uh, will be slower when the level is normal and it is continue running. But in my experience, many of the feed pumps, many of the boilers, uh, when the level of the boiler is water level of the boiler, water drum is normal, the feed pump will automatically stop. But in here, no. This is different. So this is an example of the uh, uh, being controlled by your PLC, which is power a programmable logical controller. So the motor will be slower when the level of the water level of the boiler. When the water level of the boiler is normal. So you can see only here the pressure is increasing and decreasing here. So that is the automatic feed water control in this system. So when the feed water become low, then arrive to uh, starting of the pump supposedly. But here the pump is always running and not starting, but uh, the frequency of the motor of the pump will uh, what we call will turn fast to fill up the feed water in your boiler. When the feed water level become normal, then the frequency of this motor will become slower. So that is the automatic feed water control. So now your steam is gradually uh, decreasing. So we'll wait since your boiler is continuous firing. So we'll wait. So in the uh, pressure control of the steam, so we will wait. So we will proceed here in the fuel oil flow control. So in here, uh, your fuel oil is controlled here. Here, oil flow control. So controlled automatically. So by your uh, controller, now it's set in auto. So this is controlled by your fuel oil uh, flow control is controlled by your PID or proportional integral derivative controller, which is PID. So this there is a set point, measuring point, and a derivative. So this is an example of a closed loop system, which is a feedback system. So this is your fuel oil flow control is controlled by your PID, which is PID controller proportional integral and derivative. So this is controlled. So this is it in automatic. So your pump here is just circulated the fuel throughout the system, but the control of the flow of the fuel into your burner is controlled by your PID controller. This one. So another control is airflow control. So how your supply of air is being controlled in a boiler running in automatic. So in here you have oxygen control or air airflow control. So this is the same. This is also PID controller. So this is also a PID controller. So as you can see here, this is only controlled by PI, not PID. Proportional and integral. But here in the fuel oil flow control, this is controlled by PID, proportional, integral, and derivative. But here, in your oxygen control, which is air control, airflow control, this is controlled only in PI or proportional and integral, so without the derivative. But here in your diagram, you still have a derivative, but here only PI. This is a part of a system. This is a part of a system of the PID controller. So you have also measuring point, you have set point. So of course, in uh, complete diagram, there is a feedback system. Yes. So this is controlled also of the PID, which is PI, as part of your uh, control system. So that is airflow control system. So we will check the steam pressure. So your steam pressure is still 8.59 bar. So I want to arrive this one into 7 bar. So 7 bar. So we discussed already uh, the oil flow control, the air flow control, the automatic feed water control, and the automatic. Now we will proceed to the automatic steam temperature control. So the automatic steam temperature control, here is your what we call your steam temperature. So your steam temperature is a part of your air. If you are using the economizer here, so this is if you are using economizer, uh, this is controlled by your damper controller. So this is also uh, PID controller. So we use also PID controller here, which is proportional, integral, and derivative. And this is a feedback system. So there is a set point, and there is a measuring point, and there is a derivative. So this is controlled by your PID control system. So damper will close here and here open for economizer. This one, for bypassing the economizer, this one will directly to the atmosphere through exhaust pipe. But if the steam temperature decrease, so your uh, damper here will close and your economizer damper will open. So let us go back to the steam generation. So now is in 7.82. So we'll lower it. So since you are using boiler, oil fired boiler, so your steam temperature is controlled by the uh, your burner, because this one will automatically stop when your steam temperature and your uh, steam pressure will be arrive into its set point value. So we'll wait uh, more. So at least 6.5, we will close the drain valve of the steam. So this is to simulate the uh, steam pressure control. So we'll check the burner. So your burner still continues firing. So we have also another airflow control here. Here, airflow control of your boiler air fan or your forced draft fan here. So we have also here the PID controller. So a lot of application of the PID controller in your uh, machinery on ships. A lot of application of the PID controller. So you have also here the set point, the measuring point, derivative. So this is controlled by your PID controller uh, switching into automatic mode. So all of these are switching in automatic mode. So we'll see the steam pressure. So 7.01. So I want this one to reduce into 6.5. 6.88. So a little bit more. 6.76. So anyway, I can simulate the control of steam pressure now. So remember, this is your steam pressure is 6.70. So I want to simulate the burner. So here, I want this one working, this two burner in automatic. So I will put this one into high combustion. So now it's firing in a low combustion or low flame. So since this is your burner management is on into automatic, so I want this burner number one will start automatically so that we can increase the steam pressure as part of our discussion, how it uh, being controlled your steam. So I transfer here in high combustion. So now it's, as you can see here, your fuel is increasing. So your pilot pump is giving fuel, is running. Now is doing the burner one, doing the uh, ignition, and eventually it is firing. So now it is firing automatically. So we will check our steam pressure. So I close the valve here, the drain valve. So as you can see, your steam pressure is uh, increasing very fast because the uh, burner 1 and 2 is firing, as you can see here. So now in 16 bar is temperature. So we'll wait. So we have alarm. So we'll wait, this burner will automatically stop since our steam pressure is already almost normal. So I think this is will stop in uh, 18 bar. So we'll see. So it's not yet stopped. So I will put again into low flame, low combustion. Anyway, we'll wait a little bit more. Seven, it's TD and 7.58. 17.58. We have alarm. So now the your burner number one is automatically stopped. You see? So this is how your uh, steam pressure control is being controlled, because your what we call your burner will automatically stop. Automatically stop. So this one is continuous running because you use there are consumers of your steam, so that's why this is uh, not switching off. But if there is no consumer of your steam, the steam your burner will automatically stop burner 1 and 2. So we already discussed the steam boiler automatic control and its operation, control mechanism. We already discussed the automatic control combustion control, ECC, including steam pressure control. We already discussed the fuel oil flow control and air flow control, and we already discussed the automatic feed water control, as well as the automatic steam temperature control, so for the boiler. But for the on the first part of this video, we also discussed the generator distribution system automatic control, including the operation control mechanisms. So we already discussed automatic starting and stopping of prime mover, since it is switched into automatic mode, the DG1 and 2, generator number 1 and generator number 2. So we already discussed also the automatic synchronizing, as well as the automatic load sharing. So in your since I already discussed using simulator, so I will discuss in here with your lab manual exercises, and I will just arrange later. So in here, in your lab manual exercises, you have to read all of this, read carefully, because I already uploaded this one in your LMS, which is the Binacle. So next, read all of this, all of this in your exercises. Also this one, read all of this. And this one is the diagram of your DG1. So I already showed this one in your discussion of the simulation using Kongsberg simulator. In here, this is the preparation in preparing how to start the diesel generator up to the synchronizing. So read all this, all of this. So this one in your syllabus, I supposedly conduct a class oral recitation during the discussion, but since this is recorded discussion, so I will schedule it later. And this here, laboratory exercise 9, automation and generator and distribution. I already uploaded this form into your LMS, which is your Binacle. So just download it and do your exercises in handwritten and upload it in Binacle once you are completed. So we have also here the preparation synchronization. So you can repair also in this video. This is video by Engineer Wera, and this is the link. So if you want more information, you can. So this is for electro tray, but the same procedure because I use also simulator in this discussion. But if you don't want to watch this video, so it's up to you, because I already discussed in my discussion. So this is the link. So this is the end of our discussion. So hope you learn something in this discussion. You get an idea how the diesel generator works and the distribution system for the ship. So please click like and share. Write a comment below. Please hit the notification button and bell icon. Thank you for watching and see you on my next video discussion.